Right now at 5, a 31-year-old Onalaska woman accused of murdering a 6-year-old boy appears in court.
We're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski, and that is our top story today. 31-year-old Josie Dykeman is charged with first-degree intentional homicide. News 8 Now's Emily Haugen was at...
A group filled the courtroom here in La Crosse for Dykeman's initial court appearance today. Dykeman is facing an intentional homicide charge for the death of Alex Xavier Pedrin. She's also facing charges of chronic neglect of a child and physical abuse of a child and repeated acts of bodily harm. Alex Xavier, who is also known as AJ's, family and loved ones were grateful for the $1 million cash bond, but say there is still a long way to go.
She'll be behind bars. No other child can get hurt at this moment, and we'll get justice for Alex Xavier.
So La Crosse County Sheriff John Siegel says these charges are a result of a months-long investigation. He told us the people from across the region are involved, but there's still work to be done. Dykeman will next appear in court next Wednesday. That's May 31st.
Emily, thanks very much. And we will have more details from that investigation coming up tonight at 6. In the meantime, Onalaska fire officials confirm a town of Onalaska home is a total loss and 2 pet cats are presumed dead after last week's fire. The Onalaska Fire Department says a charcoal grill likely caused the blaze to the 2-story house off County Z in Bryce Prairie. Fire officials say the family woke up around 10 o'clock that night to find their deck on fire. Fire crews arrived within 13 minutes and found that every family member and a dog had evacuated safely, but the building remained a total loss. The La Crosse Regional Airport is hosting a TSA pre-check enrollment center this week for locals who are looking for a faster way to fly when traveling. Pre-check is an expedited screening program for U.S. citizens or permanent residents. The center will be open from 9 a.m. to 12 and 1 to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Just bring the necessary documents proving identity and citizenship status. You must submit an application online to schedule an appointment, so you can do that by going to the website and selecting La Crosse as the location. Wisconsin State Highway 93 south of Arcadia will be closed this week for some construction work. The Trempealeau County Highway Department is sending crews out to replace a culvert pipe. The department says the highway will be closed from 6:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. May 23rd and 24th. Any traffic will be detouring onto County F. Students from Mindoro Elementary and Millman High School are visiting a local farm for the Food for America program. Now, this program was created to assist educational students develop leadership skills by engaging with peers and youth to share about agriculture. The FFA president says it's vital for kids to understand where their food comes from and how it gets to them.
This is Food for America, where basically we take all the 4th grade class out here and we set up stations and teach them about different parts of the community, like the agricultural community. We teach them about chickens, sheep, cattle. We teach them about the combines, the grain bins, everything.
FFA members say they enjoy giving the 4th graders an eye-opening view on what happens at the farm. And a good day for a bit of a school field trip. Excellent conditions outside, Bill.
And how about that weekend?
Oh,
my
it was
goodness.
beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful weekend. Check them out, the high temperatures. Since last Friday when it was rather cool, 62 was the high, but boy, the temperatures over the weekend, 74 on Saturday, which is right on average. 80 yesterday and a high today of 81 degrees and plenty of sunshine and dry both Saturday and Sunday. Made for a perfect weekend for outdoor plans. I can update that high today, as you saw there, to 81 out at the La Crosse Airport, 81 in Winona, 80 in Eau Claire, 81 in Black River Falls, 78 in Viroqua, and 79 today in Prairie du Chien. Still have that smoky haze, and we may be dealing with this for a while as those wildfires continue over Alberta, Canada. That's in the western parts of Canada, and then it gets kind of caught up in the upper levels and kind of spun its way down across much of the lower 48. And that's the trend. But also note the lack of precipitation anywhere close to the La Crosse area. The tri-state area is high and dry thanks to a sprawling ridge of high pressure. 80 degrees in La Crosse and Eau Claire. If you're not seeing 80, you're well into the 70s. And it's going to be fairly seasonable tonight. Lows in the upper 40s to mid 50s, right around 56 degrees in La Crosse with a partly cloudy sky and a light haze because of that smoke aloft. Now, when is our next rain chance? I will have the answer. Could be a while. That's coming up in just a few minutes. minutes.
All right, Bill, thanks very much. Okay. Well, Wisconsin Republicans are joining a national push to outlaw child sex dolls and robots. They are floating a bill that would make possession of one a felony, punishable by up to 3.5 years in prison. And the penalties would increase for owning more than one and if someone is a repeat offender. Several states have a similar law already in place, and a bill banning them nationwide is currently floating around the U.S. House of Representatives. President Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy are meeting this afternoon to discuss raising the debt ceiling with time running out before that June 1st deadline. The president cut short his overseas trip in order to get back to the negotiating table. Nicole D'Antonio has more details from Capitol Hill.
We're at a very sensitive point here.
Negotiations over the debt ceiling ended on Capitol Hill as President Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy prepare for face-to-face talks this afternoon.
There is a number of places that we have been discussing. There's a number of places the president discussed. That's why we're going to get together. We're not going to cut the deal here, which I would have loved to be able to do, but we're going to work together, solve this problem, and make America stronger.
Sources say the White House is now offering to keep spending flat from this year to next. Republicans, they say, want to increase defense spending while cutting everything else up to 22%.
I am concerned about making sure we can have a deal that can pass the House, the Senate, and be signed by the president. It's a complicated piece of math.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen confirmed over the weekend June 1st is the hard deadline when the government can no longer afford to pay its bills. And with the time it takes a bill to pass Congress, the deadline for a deal is sooner.
The time period that it takes to write a bill when you come to an agreement, the 72 hours, it has to sit out there so everybody can see it, pass the House, and then go to the Senate. And I don't know. So I always gave like a week with the Senate.
The impact of defaulting would be felt by everyone. Economists say millions of Americans could lose their jobs, pushing the country into a recession. Social Security checks could be delayed, and the nation's credit rating could be lowered. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Those talks between Biden and McCarthy are reportedly in progress now. We will share any information on potential deals as it becomes available. The political realm is also looking ahead to 2024, and the GOP's presidential field just got more crowded. South Carolina Senator Tim Scott is officially another candidate after announcing the news earlier today. Scott, the only black Republican in the Senate, is striking an optimistic tone to kick off his campaign. As a conservative who grew up in poverty, he's positioning himself as a positive alternative to today's divisive politics.
I'm living proof that America is the land of opportunity and not a land of oppression.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is also expected to join the race officially this week. In a recent CBS News poll, those voters said they are looking for a candidate who digs into the culture wars and makes liberals angry. That same poll shows Scott with just 1% support compared to 58% for Donald Trump and 22% for DeSantis. Minnesota's budget is nearly complete, and Democratic lawmakers are calling this past session the most productive in the state's history. The $72 billion state budget will provide more resources to education, protect abortion rights, and legalize recreational cannabis. Republicans say Democrats took a hard left turn by spending most of a $17.5 billion budget surplus instead of giving that money back to taxpayers. Lawmakers are facing an adjournment deadline of midnight tonight. In the meantime, Minnesota Uber and Lyft drivers are ecstatic at the state capitol. The Senate has passed a bill to raise minimum pay rates and offer protections against getting fired. Republicans say the bill will make those pay rates the highest in the country and make rideshare too expensive for residents. Both Uber and Lyft are calling for the governor to veto the bill. Lyft says their ride fares would more than double if that bill passes. Governor Walz has not yet committed to signing the bill. If you want to give feedback on the redevelopment of the Lincoln Middle School building, there will be 2 more community workshops. Architectural firm ISG is working with the La Crosse School District to hold meetings with the public. Feedback from these workshops will be used to decide what happens to the building. One meeting will be held tomorrow in the gym at the Hogan Administrative Center. The workshop will run from noon to 1:30. There will also be a virtual meeting later tomorrow from 6 to 7:30. We'll have a link posted on our website and a reminder that both are open to the public. Just ahead, a 41-year-old seemingly healthy mother suffers a stroke. Doctors tell her they see evidence she'd actually had one before. Now she's trying to spread the word about the warning signs.
I won't write your will.
I don't write contracts.
I won't handle your divorce.
I do know a few things about personal injury law.
All I do is help injured people get the compensation they deserve.
At Bygoff and Rohde, that's how we get results.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburger's cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard,
we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day. All day, every day.
Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners.
Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
The GMC Sierra with hands-free driving. Yeah, it rocks. Step up to GMC with 0.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on Sierra light-duty models.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
It's time for amazing Memorial Day savings at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Right now, shop unbeatable deals on everything you need to kick off the summer season. Like special buy Kingsford Charcoal Briquette Combo Packs, just $16.99. Men's Lee Extreme Motion Shorts, only $34.99. And select Milkbone Dog Treats start at just $8.99. Plus, Blaine's Rewards members get free same-day delivery on all pet supply orders of $49 or more.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Luther High School, we are a powerhouse in culture and fulfilling the needs of each and every student through our Student Services program. We recognize the future needs all students, whether it's a four-year college, trades, or the trade school. Our on-site STEM program will offer welding and advanced woods program and allow stackable credits at technical colleges throughout Wisconsin. Luther High School, Christ-centered, encouraging and preparing students for life. Schedule your visit today. Go to lutherhigh.org or find us on Facebook at We Love Luther.
When the insurance company sees Bygoff and Rohde on the other side, they know they're in for a fight. It's your life, but it's our fight. And they know that if they're not being fair with us, they will find themselves in court, and that's how Bygoff and Rohde gets results for its clients.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
It is Stroke Awareness Month, and the Get Ahead of Stroke campaign is raising awareness so people recognize the symptoms and get treatment right away. Our Michael George has the story of a young woman who survived thanks to the quick thinking of her family.
Great. It's been a year and a half since Leticia Vega had a stroke. She didn't know what was happening and called her mother.
I felt like a pop above my eyebrow on the right side. My left leg started shaking uncontrollably. I wasn't able to express what I wanted to tell her. And my mom is like, she's having a stroke. Get her to the hospital right away.
Leticia, a single mother, was just 41 years old.
I still cannot coordinate my left hand with my right hand.
About 800,000 people suffer a stroke in the United States each year. Leticia's type is less common, caused by a dissection in one of the arteries in her brain.
The artery becomes very narrow here. You can see the area now looks wider, and that's because this stent was placed there and is now holding that area open.
Dr. Christopher Kellner with the Mount Sinai Health System treated Leticia and says everyone should know the warning signs. Be fast. Balance loss, eyesight changes, facial drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty, and time to call 911.
Every 1 minute that passes, 2 million brain cells die. And so there really is a extreme time pressure to get to treatment.
I'm recovering. It's just mentally, I'm not doing well. Depression, anxiety, fear.
Doctors also found evidence Leticia suffered another stroke previously. She wants others to know the symptoms.
Just go to the hospital. Even if you feel like it's a waste of time, your life is not a waste of time.
She started working out again and takes a low-dose aspirin daily to reduce her chances of having another stroke. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Major risk factors for stroke include high blood pressure, diabetes, heart and blood vessel diseases, high cholesterol, and smoking. Well, it may be Bill Grall's final week with us here at News 8 Now, but the Coulee region weather doing its best to keep our spirits up. Will these conditions, though, stick around, Bill?
Ken, you need to duck down a little bit there. Hey, I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Grahl. These conditions do look to stick around this week. We've got a little speed bump on Wednesday. I'll explain with my 8-day forecast right after the break.
Hy-Vee's daily deals for Tuesday are Cheerios or Honey Nut Cheerios, just $1.88. Ballpark hamburger or hot dog buns, just $2.48. And basket and bushel blackberries, only $1.68. Tuesday only at Hy-Vee.
Roast beef. 4 for $10. Yeah, you know. That classic Arby's. Roast beef. Roast beef. 4 for $10. Arby's. We have the meats.
This is how legends are.
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit HometownChevy.com.
Russell, what does this have to do with law?
Absolutely nothing.
Get 11% off everything at Menards and start your next project today. Greenworks 40-volt tools are lightweight, start instantly, and require virtually no maintenance. Right now, pick up this Greenworks push lawnmower for just $299.99 after rebate. Keeping your pool clean is simple with help from Menards. This convenient maintenance kit makes it easy to enjoy clean pool water all summer long. Right now, only $19.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Keep your vehicle clean at ShipShape Car Wash in Onalaska. Unlimited car wash is only $19.99 per month. Your choice of soft touch or touchless automatic, just $19.99 per month. And we do dualies. ShipShape Car Wash next to Festival Foods in Onalaska.
Hy-Vee's daily deals for Tuesday are Cheerios or Honey Nut Cheerios, just $1.88. Ballpark hamburger or hot dog buns, just $2.48. And basket and bushel blackberries, only $1.68. Tuesday only at Hy-Vee.
Welcome back. A good Monday evening to you. We'll start with the allergy report. Let me step out of the way here. Medium symptoms today and tomorrow for mulberry and oak. High pollen symptoms for tree pollen in general both days. And Allergy Associates tells me the tree pollen levels have been above average this year due to the weather conditions that we have experienced across the upper Midwest. Boy, another hazy day, kind of a milky bluish white sky instead of that nice deep blue sky that we'd like to see, and just a few clouds scooting through as well. It was a warm start to the week. 81 was the high, that is 7 degrees above average. 51 was the low this morning. 98 and 33 are the records. No rainfall. Starting to dry out just a little bit. 1.75 inches of rain so far this month. That is 1.20 inches below average, but for the year we are still about 1.5 inches above average. But of course, this time of year with the warmer temperatures, the higher sun angle, each dry day you kind of feel that a little bit more in terms of not seeing some rainfall. So we could use some periodically during the warm season, of course. 80 degrees with the haze and partly cloudy conditions. Also 80 here at the station. Winds out of the south at 5 to 10. And the Mississippi rising a bit. You might ask why? Well, very heavy rainfall a couple of weeks ago in the Minnesota River Valley, and that water has made its way into the main channel of the Mississippi. So I should say water levels rising a bit as that water makes its way downstream. 80 degrees for you folks as well up in Eau Claire with a partly cloudy sky. Chippewa River is falling just a bit. So warm temperatures all across the northern plains, back into the upper Midwest and the central parts of the country, and most of our neck of the woods between about 77 and 81 degrees. Winds out of the south at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So high and dry, high pressure in full control all the way from eastern Canada back into the midsection of the United States, so that's keeping us dry. In fact, you have to go way out to the west and or southwest before you get any kind of precipitation anywhere nearby. Now this front to the north, that's going to drop through tomorrow night into Wednesday. Unfortunately, it's going to come through dry if you're wanting some rainfall, but cool us down a bit as we head into Wednesday and Thursday, a little bit cooler as well. But for tonight, a clear to partly cloudy sky and more of the same tomorrow. Sunny to partly cloudy conditions, probably that smoky haze still. Now watch the front as it drops southward. Some showers as it first arrives to the north, but as that front drops further to the south and west, those showers kind of fall apart. Maybe a few spits and sprinkles at best, but it looks like most spots will stay dry. And another warm day tomorrow. Highs right around 82 or 83 degrees in the La Crosse area. In fact, most spots will see afternoon highs between about 80 and 84. So another above average temperature day across the region. So for tonight, partly cloudy, that light haze from the wildfire smoke aloft, and lows in the 50s. Tomorrow, 82, sunny to partly cloudy and warm, and still rather hazy. Wednesday, we cool down because of that cold front passage, 69 for the high, 71 on Thursday. We start to warm up, though, heading towards next weekend and also the Memorial Day holiday weekend. But again, note the lack of rain chances over the next 8 days, and it's not very often that you see a completely dry 8-day forecast, especially this time of year. So especially by the end of that forecast segment, we're going to need some rainfall. Things are going to dry out a bit.
All right, Bill, thanks very much.
Okay.
When we come back, some new astronauts are taking to space. They are living out their childhood dreams as they join the full-time crew at the International Space Station.
Tuesday on News 8 Now this morning, Memorial Day is the open of the summer travel season, but rising costs may have you vacationing a little closer to home. And a school's annual Day at the Bay event is helping students experience nature in a new way. Have a great Monday night. More News 8 Now is after the break.
Spring is a great time to plan your next home improvement project. Call now for a free estimate on windows, doors, siding, sunrooms, decks, baths, kitchens, or flooring.
When Derek Van Orden wanted your vote, he signed the U.S. Term Limits Pledge. But now, Congressman Van Orden is breaking his U.S. Term Limits Pledge. Term Limits Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Hello, I'm Christy Halenka, Reading Program Chair at Viterbo University. Viterbo is proud to serve our area communities by providing programs that produce quality educators and leadership in our schools. Viterbo University is once again partnering with News 8 to recognize outstanding classroom teachers in the area. We look forward to working with generations of teachers and change agents for years to come. Do you know a top-notch teacher? Then go online to news8000.com or write to this address.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for Auto Show, where you can experience new Ford SUVs firsthand. Then head to your Northland Ford dealers for exclusive offers like 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. It's showtime. Hurry in today. Now for a limited time only, get 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Diapers in politicians must be changed often, and for the same reason. And already something stinks about Derek Van Orden. Now politician Van Orden is breaking his U.S. Term Limits Pledge. Term Limits Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
The International Space Station welcomed 4 astronauts today from a private flight aboard a SpaceX capsule. Among them, Saudi Arabia's first female astronaut and a Tennessee businessman. Naomi Ruckham has the details.
In Houston and SpaceX, Dragon Hatch is open.
And with that, 4 astronauts floated aboard the International Space Station, welcomed by 7 astronauts and cosmonauts already there.
And so on behalf of Expedition 69, it's an honor to welcome our new crewmates.
Among the newbies, retired NASA astronaut Peggy Whitson, who's already spent nearly 2 years in space.
Great for me to come back personally. It does feel like home.
She's commander of the private Axiom space mission, acting as a chaperone to the 3 rookies, including 2 astronauts from Saudi Arabia and Tennessee businessman John Schaffner.
Yeah, I've been dreaming or working toward this since I was 8 in a Young Astronauts Club.
Schaffner paid his own way, but Axiom Space has not said how much. On the company's first private trip last year, each ticket was $55 million.
And liftoff, Falcon 9.
The group blasted off from Kennedy Space Center Sunday night aboard a SpaceX capsule, traveling about 15 hours before docking with the 275-mile-high orbiting lab.
Soft capture confirmed.
They'll stay for 8 days and perform more than 20 experiments, including microgravity's effect on stem cell research. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, New York.
The 4 visitors are scheduled to return to Earth next week with a splashdown off the Florida coast. Well, we'll have a look at what's coming up at 6 after this, and of course, Bill will have another check of your forecast.
I won't write your will.
I don't write contracts.
I won't handle your divorce.
I do know a few things about personal injury law.
All I do is help injured people get the compensation they deserve.
At Bygoff and Rohde, that's how we get results.
It's time for amazing Memorial Day savings at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Right now, shop unbeatable deals on everything you need for summer. Like Kingsford Charcoal Briquette Combo Packs, just $16.99. Scott's Turf Builder Weed and Feed or Lawn Food, $15 off after sale and mail-in rebate. And this 50-foot Woods extension cord, just $14.99. Plus, Blaine's Rewards members get free same-day delivery on all pet supply orders of $49 or more.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. This is how legends are.
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
There are too many options.
How do we decide what hotel to book? Fear not, I got you. Who are you? I'm your fairy hotel mother.
What is happening?
Let me help you pick a hotel you feel good about. Choice Hotels is a family of brands with a hotel for every type of stay. Like a comfort with the kiddos. Ooh, spacious. Or a Cambria Hotel downtown for just the 2 of you. Hold my wand, don't wave it at anything. Get the best price by booking direct at choicehotels.com.
Yeah!
What did I say?
I've always been a storyteller. I capture those beautiful moments, things other people miss. My health took an unexpected turn, but my care team put my needs in focus, designing solutions to support my ambitions. Now that's just a footnote in my journey, a small part of a story that's still being written. UW Health, remarkable.
When the insurance company sees Bygoff and Rohde on the other side, they know they're in for a fight. It's your life, but it's our fight. And they know that if they're not being fair with us, they will find themselves in court, and that's how Bygoff and Rohde gets results for its clients.
Well, temperatures this evening, very, very nice for outdoor plans. We're still between about 77 and 81 degrees, right at 80 here in La Crosse and Eau Claire, 81 up the river in Winona. Just a few clouds. That light smoky haze from the smoke aloft continues to be in play from time to time, and that's going to be the trend tonight and tomorrow, I'm afraid. Lows right around 56 degrees in La Crosse, so fairly seasonable. Our average overnight low is 52. Again, a dry 8-day forecast. Still warm tomorrow. Cooler Wednesday as a cold front tracks through, 69, 71 on Thursday, but warming back to around 80 by Sunday. So kind of good news, bad news here. Great news for outdoor plans right through the holiday weekend. Bad news, especially by the holiday weekend. Things are going to be drying out, and we could use a little bit of rainfall.
All right, that's Bill Grahl with the latest. Thank you, Bill, and thanks for joining us tonight at 5. We hope to see you at 6.